I'm going to make you a small introduction of what these weekend retreats are going to be all about. And you may ask me questions of any doubts that you may have, and I will answer them. Okay. So during these weekends retreats, what we will be providing to all assistants, to all attendees to these courses are three basic things. First, an experience of a deep state of relaxation and an intense experience of what meditation techniques are all about and what is it that meditation produces as an experience in the act of meditating. So people will, probably some people will be as relaxed as they have ever been before in their lives. Even if there is people that have already practiced other techniques or they have gone to other retreats. One of the things that this school has is, we could say, high technology with respect to the meditation techniques that we teach, that are very effective, very simple to practice, and and very easy to teach, which means that it's easy to expand them. The second thing that people that come to these weekend retreats will get is a new perspective about things. We tend to see life from our perspective. So we are the center, and everything that is happening revolves around us and around our idea of ourselves and around our desires or yearnings or dreams or whatever. People normally don't have the habit of being able to see life, but a little bit more from above. Now someone coming. Come in, Galina.
Hello. Hi. Hello, Galina.
Come on, sit there or there. Careful with that glass in the floor. So, to go back to what I was speaking about, people will get a different perspective to look at things, in which, you will start like with a blank piece of paper. And instead of looking at things self-centered, you will be looking yourself as part of a whole. You will learn how to look at yourself as part of a whole. Not everything that is happening to me, but everything that is happening to us in reality. And they will learn to look at themselves in a very objective way, but by just looking at the phenomena of what life is all about. and life is all about the experience that we have every day. When we wake up and we have 16 hours to, live, and then we go to sleep, and kind of we disappear. In fact, when you sleep well, you disappear completely. When you appear during the night is that you are not sleeping well. Mm-hmm. So the more you disappear, the better you sleep. And in reality, life is just the experience that we have today, because yesterday, although we live with the idea that yesterday exists, yesterday does not exist. Because whatever yesterday exists in your mind. I.e., you wake up to a yesterday, you have a memory of a yesterday, which is your yesterday. And Monica has a memory of her yesterday, which is her yesterday. And so on and so forth. And your yesterday, Monica's yesterday, Isabel's yesterday are completely different. We think there is a yesterday that we all share, but yesterdays are just reflections in your mind, not a common place for anyone. And there is not a yesterday that you could go like back in time, There are, some literature speaks about it, but you cannot go to the past. So, people live in the illusion that life is something more than the experience of existence that you have during one day. But it's just that, it's the experience of existence that you have during one day that creates a set of memories in your mind that makes you believe that you are that story that is told in your memories. But that story that is told in your memories, in reality, only you know about it, because nobody knows about it. And in fact, as I normally say, nobody cares about it. Mm-hmm. Because everybody cares about their own story, their own memories, their own idea of themselves. So instead of looking that story as the main thing, we will learn to look at this day as the main thing, because it's only during this day that you can do something good for you or for your loved ones, or even for that story, because the only thing you can do for that story, it is adding today good memories to that story, to compensate perhaps other bad memories. So looking at yourself like from outside, or looking at yourself like from above, where you just see the workings of the phenomena of the experience of existence, and you realize how that happens, and realizing how that happens, and becoming fully immersed in that happens, brings a new perspective in life. To begin with, life becomes a problem that is solved in one day, because you can only solve whatever you want to solve in your life, what you can solve today, because what you did tomorrow, it is done, and what you may have to do tomorrow, or what you did yesterday is done, and what you may have to do tomorrow will be another day. This is a teaching which is the teaching of learning to be here and now, which is present in every spiritual tradition. In the Eastern traditions as well as in the Western traditions. In our tradition, the Christian tradition, in the in Matthew chapter 6, versicles, I think it is 6 to 32 or something like that. It says this, I'm paraphrasing, but it says, you know, don't worry for whatever you are going to dress or whatever you are going to drink, because does not God dresses the lilies of the field better than Solomon, and does he not gives his birds everything they need? So you don't need to worry about tomorrow. Put your attention in what the day of today brings you today, because tomorrow will be another day. So have your attention in today, and then solving life is solving one day, and then it becomes very easy, because it's only 16 hours that you have to deal with before you go to sleep, and you disappear for one night and you appear the next day. Dealing with one day is dealing with your actions that day, with what you do. You are known by others by what you do, not by what you think, because what you think others don't know. We live in the idea that others know what we think somehow. You know, we think that we imagine ourselves looked by others in our own minds, while they are doing exactly the same, imagining themselves looked by others in their own minds. So we think that that has an existence, but the only expression a human being has for others is your actions. For your actions you will be known, no? So to deal with one day, you have to deal with your actions. You have to deal with your thoughts, because during those 16 hours you are awake, you are 16 hours doing things, but you are also 16 hours thinking things. Normally not very intelligent or wise, but thinking things. Normally judgments, complaints, and all sorts of inner conversations with all sorts of people. But at the end of the day, thought is the instrument with which you interpret your life. So another area that you have to deal during that one day is with your thoughts. And applying certain discipline in dealing with your thoughts is another of the things that we will learn during these weekend retreats. And the other thing that you are involved in, the I that wakes up in the morning, when you wake up and you become conscious of yourself and you assume that you are in charge, you know, because the I that you identify with, which is the I that you think is in charge of your life, is the I that wakes up in the morning, because while you are sleeping, you are not in charge. Let's say nature is in charge. But that I that becomes awake in the morning and is in charge, the other thing that is involved is in feelings. From the moment you wake up, you feel something. You can feel anxious, you can feel happy, you can feel bored, you can feel many things, but you feel something. So the other thing that we want to learn to deal in each of the days we live is our feelings. These are basically, in the yogic tradition, the three yogas. Karma yoga, karma is action. Jnana yoga, jnana means discrimination or discernment, which is for what the mind is supposed to be used. And bhakti yoga means devotion, which is the highest feeling that is there, which is love, devoted love. So, meditation techniques, a new perspective on life, and finally, a warmly homely environment with very nice food, with very comfortable rooms, where you will feel at home in a beautiful house surrounded by trees and deer and squirrels, and so it will be a very good experience, because what you learn during this course you will be able to apply in your day-to-day life. And also we will provide an online platform so that for 8 weeks we will follow up with you how do you apply the different techniques and disciplines and practical philosophies that you have learned during this weekend. Questions? You that arrived a little bit late, I'm introducing the weekend retreats.
Weekend?
The weekend retreats, yeah, that we are going to celebrate every weekend.
Is necessary notes to meditation for assist in the weekend?
No, it's to attend to a weekend course. You don't need to know meditation. You can have experience or not. If you don't have it, you will get to learn how to do it, and you will have a deep experience of meditation. And if you have a meditation experience, it will probably be easier for you, but you will learn very powerful techniques that will help you a lot in your own practice. No more questions?
The lunch is mindfulness. Mindfulness is community.
Yes, we will have mindful eating with organic foods, homemade organic food, mainly Mediterranean diet, because the cooks are from Spain, so mainly Mediterranean diet, so paellas, legumes, vegetables. In the United States it's difficult to get fish, but you know, chicken.
It's not. It's expensive.
And obviously we will have menus for vegetarians or anybody with a diet problem like gluten or whatever. So that will be provided. The retreats also include 3 meals a day: breakfast, lunch and dinner. And Sundays normally we will be making a paella, and we will share a little bit of Spanish wine with the paella,
Okay.
to say goodbye to the weekend.
Very good. My friend told me about the concert. Sunday.
On Saturdays, many Saturdays, we will have at the end of the day a little event, like it could be, you know, we had a tabla concert. We are going to have a sitar concert of a very well-renowned sitar player. I cannot remember his name because it's a Hindu name and I couldn't retain it, but he is on his US tour, and he will be here the 20, I think it is the 24th, 25th of November. I don't remember very well the dates, but it will be announced in our Facebook group, which you will be able to find below the links in YouTube in any case.
And how about the timetable?
Well, the timetable, we start the Fridays at 7 p.m. We start with a small meditation, then, you know, we have a little meeting so that people can know each other, the attendees to the retreat can know each other. And then I make an introduction to the things that we are going to learn in the course, basically a little bit like this introduction, only think a little bit more into depth. And then we finish that day with a meditation, about a 25 minutes meditation. And the following day we start at 9 o'clock in the morning, where we will learn one new meditation and practice it. And during all day, from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 in the evening, stopping for coffee, stopping for lunch, stopping, between class and class, or meditation and class, having little breaks. We continue until 9 in the evening, and then on Sunday we start again at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we continue exactly the same as in Saturday, but we finish at 6 in the afternoon, after the paella dinner for everybody.
So it would be every weekend?
Every weekend, yeah. Every weekend we will have a retreat of these characteristics.
Is possible to stay only one day, or it's better all weekend?
The ideal, you can always come only one day, but it's a whole thing, it's a complete package of things that you are going to learn, and then we are going to do a follow-up through an online platform of how do you apply what you have learned during the weekend in your life. So the ideal is come the whole weekend. You could also come one day. We have an open doors policy in general, but it doesn't make sense to me. It's better to enjoy also living in community. This is a big house, so you are in your rooms and you are like in your own place. It's part of the experience. So no more questions?
How kind of meditation we made?
How many?
How kind, qué tipo?
What kind of meditation?
What?
Well, we practice. There are many different types of meditation. We practice many different types of meditation, from Vipassana to Tratak to Yoga Nidra to conscious walking. We take advantage of the nearby Rockefeller Natural Park for conscious walking. So we practice a set of techniques that the effect of it is the interrelationship of all these techniques, being the core meditation techniques, Tratak meditation and mantra meditation. Good, so thank you very much for your attention, and for those watching online or for those that watch this video, all the information in the box below. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.